And welcome everybody to Warm and Muggy. Giangelo's here in Boardman. It is the South Range Raiders show. DJ Yoakley and the head ball coach of the South Range Raiders, David Rock, joining us as he does each and every week. And as muggy as it is out here, Coach, man, you guys were fire on Friday night. A 41-3 victory over Warren JFK, your second one this season. You go to 2-1 on the year. When you think about the preparation for that game, obviously a little bit more bounce back and a little really from the optimal view up in the press box, you guys look like you were out and on a mission.
Yeah, I think, anytime you're coming off a loss, it becomes a challenge in terms of trying to refocus yourself and recenter yourself and just keep on plugging away. But I was really proud of the effort, and I was really proud of the week of preparation we had. And I think it showed Friday night. I thought we played a pretty clean game. And, one thing I think that we were trying to guard against is sometimes, coming off a loss, you want to get back in there so bad that you make aggressive mistakes and you kind of lose a little bit of poise. And I thought we did a good job of centering ourselves and playing within ourselves and not pressing and taking care of business.
I think one of the most interesting things about it was I got a chance. We for once in our life, we got things set up, tested on time. I got down to the field, got to talk to you for a little bit, talk to Coach Foster and a couple other coaches, and they said, boys, you're in for a running game tonight. So
yeah.
You've got JFK on one side. They love running the ball, and you guys wanted to establish dominance in that offensive line. It obviously went well. I mean, you guys were running basically at will especially from that first series on down. What was so important about establishing the run against Warren JFK?
I mean, I think for us, we've talked from day one about wanting to establish a run game
Sure.
and then to be a defense that really makes it hard to run the ball on us. I think if you do those two things, you have a chance, every game and no matter who you're playing. So it's been a point of emphasis for us, and it's been something that we're working on. And I think we've done a good job of that in all three games. Even the Green game, I think we run for 260. So it's a big part of what we do. I think, culturally, we really believe in it. Our kids love doing it. And it's something we work really hard at.
Blake, Aiden, Luke got in there a little bit. We saw multiple, I think 4 or 5 backs got touches, especially late on in the game. When you have your guys that are just ripping yardage, 7-8 yards a carry, that's got to, as a coach, that's got to make you feel good, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think anytime, you can lean on a defense like that and force them to tackle guys. And, our backs do a really good job, I think, of wearing down opponents. And we're lucky that we have some depth there. And the offensive line did a good job. I think, anytime you're really making a point to run the ball, it's really goes on 11 guys, whether it be a quarterback carrying out a fake or receivers blocking downfield or, or the line, opening up holes. So I thought they did a good job of that. I think, again, it's important to us in terms of controlling the tempo of the game and trying to establish ourselves physically. And so I was proud of that.
I really was impressed by the size of JFK out of the locker room. I mean, they had some big boys, and you mentioned it last week. You were going to have to get started early and often. Defensively, I mean, you're a defensive-minded coach on that side. What did you see that you were real proud of your guys that they established early and were able to dominate? I mean, they scored that first field goal on the first drive, and that was it.
Yeah, I think, the first drive took us a minute to get settled in. I think part of it is what you said. They were really big up front, and some of their splits were so condensed that it took us a second to get the flow and the tempo. But I felt like as the game progressed, we got into a better rhythm defensively and really started playing fast the way we want to. And I was really pleased. I think all of our coaches were really pleased with the way the defense settled in, after that first drive and really played, I thought, at a high level. They were physical, they were aggressive, and they were swarming to the ball. And those are the things that we think is, what it takes to have success on that side.
When you look at, from the week of practice, I know there was a tough practice on Thursday. It wasn't exactly what you guys wanted. So when you look at that, what did you see transpire between Thursday and Friday and these guys and just wanting it?
Just an increase in their level of focus. I think to be fair to our guys, we had a bad Thursday practice, but I think part of it is that those guys it had been a long week for them too.
Sure.
And they couldn't wait to get back out there again and try to improve and try to put on a show as best we could. And a lot of times I think they're kind of in pre-race mode or pre-fight mode on a Thursday where they don't want to be talked to. They don't want to hear you. They're ready to go. And sometimes they need a little bit of space. So I don't think it was for lack of effort. They didn't go out and plan on having a bad day. And we didn't have as coaches, we didn't plan to go out and have a bad day either. Sometimes I think game kind of makes everything right. And that probably helped ease some of our frustration.
And there was no school last week. So is it hard to keep the focus when there's no school? You got the fair. It's hard to keep track of your guys a little bit.
Yeah, I think anything that breaks up the routine, no matter how small it is, can be a challenge. Even this week, we're back to school this week for the kind of the first day of school, just the way our schedule sets up. So we've had to guard against that and just trying to get back into a more normal routine and try to refocus ourselves. So I think that was probably part of it, and then obviously it was warm. So there's a lot that goes into it and a lot that I think you're doing your best to try to juggle and make sure that we're locked in as much as we can be when we need to be.
I think that for me, it's interesting to watch things play out, especially the relaunch of school, right? So you guys, the official start of school was today, official, right?
Yeah.
So to be almost 4 weeks into the football season and your first day of school, is that weird for you?
It is weird, just from a scheduling standpoint. A lot of our coaches, myself, have been around this program for so long, and the way the schedule sets up differently this year has been a challenge. It used to be, I could kind of look at a schedule and tell you, hey, on August 25th, we're going to be doing this. And so we've had to adjust things. And then with Fair Week, we have so many of our kids that are involved in 4-H and showing animals and stuff. So we're trying to juggle, when can we get the most guys at practice? And so that's been a challenge. But, I think our kids do a great job of just adapting to the changing schedules and showing up when we need them to show up and making accommodations as much as they can. Now,
I heard a rumor over the weekend that Coach Yeagley was seen walking a cow around the Canfield Fair.
Showing it. Best in show.
he can't lose anymore.
No.
It's incredible. I love it. I told him, I said, you're still undefeated.
Yeah.
Even in retirement. It's
He's
incredible.
He's going to parlay it, man. Let it roll.
When does that come for you? That moment, when do you get to start showing animals at the Canfield Fair?
You know what? I grew up in the country, but not on a farm. So I would be pretty intimidated, I think, walking a cow around. Like any of those big animals, I think, scare me pretty good. So probably not in the near future, but I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things with some practice. I'll try it out.
Is there an animal that you would show that exists out there? Chicken, pig?
No. Well, I rode a horse one time in actually it was a mule, but I rode him in
you rode a
Bryce
mule?
Canyon. Yeah, I was too heavy to get on the horse or on the pony, so they put me on a mule. But I felt pretty comfortable on there, so maybe I'll show one of those if I could ride it.
Show a mule.
Yeah.
Let's. There's a lot of ways we can go with that joke.
Sure. there's a joke there somewhere.
This week.
Yeah.
Any 8 week, man.
Yep.
This is a conference that I've been talking about. Hey, you have to watch this conference. I mean, everybody wants it this year. Target's obviously planted on your chest and your back this year. A lot of teams out for you. All 7 of them, to be honest, or all 6 of them rather. So. When you're looking at a Lakeview team that everybody has seemingly looked over to this point in the year, you even sat down. You said we're in for a dogfight this year.
Yeah.
What do you see in Lakeview that you think could present problems for you?
Well, I would say anybody that's overlooking that team hasn't seen them on tape.
Yeah.
I think they do a really good job. You can tell Coach Bush is doing a great job over there. I think they have. I talked to our kids before they got out today and said this team has an identity. They know what they're doing. They know what they're trying to do. I think they're physical. Very physical up front, and I think their skill kids can really run. They do a good job of getting the ball in space and making you tackle, and they've got obviously a quarterback that's really tough to get on the ground. And then defensively, I think they're multiple enough and aggressive enough that they can present some issues there. So they're a good football team, and like you said, I mean, the whole Northeast 8, I'm sure, is good. I've seen some scores, and the conference has done well, in their out-of-league schedule, but we're excited for the challenge this week. And again, I think they're a good football. I know they're a good football team, but I think our kids are up for the challenge.
When you look at the goals and things that you guys set aside, we're going to be 4 weeks in here on Friday. What goals? I mean, where does the NE8 championship reside on that list of team goals?
You know what? It's up there. I'll say this though: we don't talk a whole lot about long-term goals.
Sure.
We really don't. I think our kids believe, and I know I believe in trying. Our most immediate goal is trying to get better tonight. Trying to hydrate tonight, and then trying to hydrate in school tomorrow, and trying to have a great day tomorrow. So, I know it sounds cliche, it's boring to talk about, but that's really what we believe, and that's what we're sticking to. We're trying to get better. We're trying to have the best Wednesday we can have tomorrow.
Hydrate, huh?
Yeah,
I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
What do we have to look out for Lakeview? What do they have that's special?
I think they're very fast at all the skill positions, and I think they're experienced. When you go down their roster, there's a bunch of guys that are 2- and 3-year lettermen that are coming back, and Good size up front. I mean, they're very good up front. I think they've really dominated all three teams that they've played so far up front. And then the quarterback's is a load. I mean, he's tough to get on the ground. I think he's explosive. He finishes runs well, and I think one thing that jumped off the film to me was just the speed at which they get into routes, get in and out of routes, and the speed at which the backs get on the perimeter, even to block. So you can tell they have an identity. They're coached up, and they're working really hard on the specific things and the intentional details. And so again, they're not going to beat themselves. I think last year, it's 14-0, and I think our offense had the ball 2 plays. They take a knee on a punt, and then we get an onside kick recovered, and it felt like they kind of let the game get away before they had given themselves a chance. Where they're not that team this year. They're not going to beat themselves. You're going to have to show up and beat them for 4 quarters. So, and I know our kids are excited about that challenge.
A third of the way through the regular season, health-wise, where do we stand?
We're as healthy as we can be. I mean, we've been fortunate, not just this year, but in years past, of avoiding the major stuff. And our kids have done a great job, I think, of preparing their bodies in the off season for the grind that is our schedule, and then just taking care of their bodies right now in season in terms of they're doing the yoga and they're doing the still in season lifting and trying to hydrate, those kinds of things, the little things that add up. But
weird.
Knock on wood, so far so good.
When you look at just the progress of the program, I mean, what things has anything stood out to you and surprised you from being defensive coordinator to head coach that you're like, wow, okay, I need to be ready for that this week, or I need to be ready for this that you've seen kind of materialize week after week after week?
Yeah, I've had a hard time of keeping track of game management stuff when we're on offense. I'm so used to looking at it from a defensive perspective that it's taking me some time to get in the flow of the game in terms of timeouts and arguing with refs. I'm never arguing with refs when we're on offense. I'm not even paying attention a lot of the time. So that's been a challenge. But no, it's been good. I have to be on the ball a lot more in terms of penalties and that kind of stuff. But again, I have it easy. I have a really good staff, around me that I rely on for things that you'd never think of.
Yeah.
That allows me to, free myself up and do what I'm comfortable doing, which is coaching ball, So without those guys, I'm sure I'd be swimming.
I was really interested. I was having a conversation with someone about another coach of yours, and they said to ask you about him and what he means to you, Coach Haycock.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what you know about Coach and what he means to you, and essentially, how he guided your vision here as well.
You know what? He off the field, he was like a father figure to me. He was a lot like Dan was to me.
Yeah.
He just, went out of his way to help me develop as a person and a player. In terms of, on the field stuff, I mean, he's, I'm sure I'm biased, but I really believe that he's as good a football coach as there is in the country. I think when he took over as defensive coordinator, his final year at Youngstown, I think I learned more about defense in about a half hour with him than I had learned in my entire life previously and since. I mean, he just really does a good job of making the game understandable. And but yeah, he's just had a huge impact, on my life and I know on Coach Bush's too. I know he's really close to him. I know Coach Haycock sent him a message, when he got hired, and so they're very close. Derek played for him, was a great player at Youngstown. So I think I'm on a very long list of people that Coach Haycock has impacted in that way.
When you look at the relationship with you and Coach Haycock, you said 1 year, right?
I had him. He was a coordinator for 1 year,
okay.
But I had him for 3.
3 years. Okay,
yeah.
So how was he different? You said that like you learned more about defense in half hour. So like, how do you? Is it just the way that he taught? Is it the way that he, the relationship you had? What was it?
Yeah, I think it was both things. I think for me, he looked at the game of football and defense in general from a very macro perspective. In terms of understanding numbers, understanding spacing, and really the big picture stuff that I think was very helpful. And then just little things, knowing where your help's at, and attention to detail, and coaching the finer points and why they're so important, I think made a big impact on me.
All right, you ready to go off the field?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I don't know.
I don't have a good one. I don't have any zingers. This isn't a trap question at all.
Okay.
I know you're a huge family guy. You mean every day. I mean, you're here with my family.
Yeah.
Then you go over and talk to yours before we go on every week. How important are they? I mean, I know you're huge into, you bring them every week and very similar to the old ball coach that you had before. Talk about your family, what they mean.
Yeah, I mean, they I can't. Yeah, I mean,
David had 5
yeah.
recesses today, so I know you're worn out.
Yeah, no, they're obviously my world. They know that, and I think a lot of times people don't realize what they sacrifice, in order for me to do what I love to do. And luckily now they're getting old enough and they can come to stuff like this, and I know they enjoy it. A lot of times it's one of those things I feel guilty or I feel selfish not spending as much time with them as what I want to and what I'm sure they would want to, but they just kind of let it roll right off their shoulders, and it's probably what makes it, all the more special when we do have some time to get together in an environment like this. And no, they're and my wife Julia,
she's awesome.
Yeah, I can't say enough about what she does to allow me to do what I want to do. I mean, there's so many things off the field that she's taking kids to soccer and gymnastics and making dinner when we get home and waking us up and doing laundry and just stuff that I'm a really bad husband in that respect. I just don't have the time, and she understands that. And that the cool part is I know they're going to love me no matter what happens on Friday night. And I've already had to learn that that lesson, what it feels like, and just knowing that they're going to be there, and that, they're just glad Dad's home. They're still excited to see me no matter how good or bad we played.
Well, that was the proof's in the pudding. Every time you walk through that door, I hear Daddy real loud. Is there a better feeling in the world?
I think she's saying Gavin.
Oh,
but yeah, no, she's excited.
Got me.
She's excitable. She's excited to see me, and it's cool that that the kids are able to get to know our football players. And I'm so proud of our football players and how they interact with not just my kids but the whole community. And I want my kids to grow up around winners and tough kids and tough families. And I couldn't be luckier to be in the position I am, that my kids are able to be influenced by some really great people.
Awesome. Coach, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Good
man,
luck this week against Lakeview.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
We'll be back right after this on the South Range Raiders Show on your sports network.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Flynn.
Hi, this is Steve Versetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists.
Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats.
Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Nestled here in the beauty and splendor of Mill Creek Metro Parks are two of America's best golf courses, as selected by Golf Week magazine. Ranked number 9 in Ohio by TripAdvisor. Come play like a pro on these award-winning Donald Ross-designed courses. Enjoy a round with your kids and unwind with your favorite food and drinks in the grill room. For championship golf, look no further than your backyard. Mill Creek Golf Course.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the South Range Raiders Show. DJ Yoakley here at Giangelo's, where the South Range faithful has followed us as they do each and every week. Tuesday, 7 o'clock, right here at Giangelo's on 224 in Boardman. I'm joined by a senior at this time, defensive specialist, the big fella.
Yeah.
You listen, you look huge in those pads. I don't want to say you look small because, like, you're not. But Adam Cushman here, the senior dude. So you are slender. If I was passing you in Southern Park Mall, I'd say that kid's a quarterback.
Yeah.
But you're a DN and you're a monster. You're a beast. Talk to me about, do you flip the switch when you put those pads on, or what is it?
It's a different mentality, I go down there, and as Coach Rock said, you're just hitting shoulders, and I'm just pushing that shoulder, and I'm just trying to get through that guy.
You were quite literally moving mountains on Friday night. Those were some big boys. Talk to me. I mean, coming off a loss, it's been a while, right? Since you guys have had to put yourself in that mindset. Was there a little bit of extra motivation going into week 3 than maybe you thought there would be at that point?
Yeah, we made a promise on Saturday that we're never going to have that happen to us again, where we came in the game thinking we were going to win, and we just get, some bad snaps, some unfortunate things happen, but we're not going to let that happen. So we really showed up on next Friday.
How do you keep your composure in those moments of adversity like you guys faced for an entire week with no school?
Yeah.
I know this thing makes it a little bit easier
Yeah.
to communicate, but I mean, as a senior leader, you've got to establish kind of that line in the sand that you guys do not want to go, like you said, you don't want to do that again.
Yeah. Well, we just look at each other. We're a family, and we just keep moving. We understand the assignment, and we complete our own assignments.
This week, jumping into NE8 action, that there's a smile there, there's a smirk there. What does that mean to you, conference play?
NE8 is it's a big deal for us. I think that, the pregame, you win some, you lose some, but we really strive to win the NE8.
I mean, you guys have not, right? You weren't freshmen. The freshmen from the seniors from last year were freshmen.
Yeah.
When South Range lost, you guys have never lost an NE8 game.
Nope.
And I mean, for that, and like I told Coach Rock, there's a target both on your chest and your back.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you prepare for that mentally? Just knowing that you're going to get everybody's best punch.
Yeah.
Because you got a couple of those rings that say NE8 champs on it.
We just, we like to put our chin up and just think we're the top dog. We know we obviously have some tough opponents, but we just like to walk around with a chip on our shoulder and just expect the best.
Where did you get the chip on your shoulder? Where do you go in your head to figure that out?
I got a little bit of anger issues, so
Oh, really? Okay.
The boys in the locker room will push me around before the game. That'll pipe me up a little bit, and I'll
Like
pick it
Tom
up.
Brady.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You got the Tom Brady-esque look to you a little bit, so it makes a little bit more sense. You talked about family earlier. Let's talk about your family, literally in your house. I mean, who do you have? Mom, dad, brother, any siblings, anything like that?
Yeah, my mom had 6 children, so that was a lot of fighting when we grew
Oh,
up.
I bet. No
Yeah.
wonder you got anger issues. My goodness. Where do you rank in 1 through 6?
I'm the second youngest.
You're the second youngest, so there's one more that like when everybody was beating up on you, you had one to beat up
Yeah.
on. Okay, boy to girl ratio, where are we at?
1 sister.
5 boys and 1 girl.
Yeah.
Talk about being protected. My
Yeah.
goodness. If something happens to your sister, what? I don't even want to know what happens.
Yeah, we do. She's just like another brother. She can put up
Oh,
a
really?
fight.
She
Yeah.
is she as mean as the rest of you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Probably even more.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, because she knows she can get away with it. She's got 10 fists behind her.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about your family, what do they mean to you?
Everything. My family is just everything. And the guys in the locker room, too. Those are my family. It's not a team. We're just a family.
What makes you guys a family? What makes you guys so close? Is it just the way that you grew up, the game? What is it that makes you guys feel like that family unit?
We've been through so much together as a team, like hardships, like losing. That just helps create the bond. It shows that we love each other like that.
Senior year, okay,
Yeah.
we've established that. You're going to walk across this little stage at some point in the next 8 months, get a piece of paper that says you did everything that the school asked you to do. What are you going to do after that?
Probably a trade, like electrician or something.
Okay,
Yep.
electrician. What about? I was going to say, what about electricity gets you excited? But what is it about that trade that gets you motivated and makes you want to kind of commit your life to it, so to speak?
My dad's an electrician. I look up to him a lot.
No
My
kidding.
family.
So do you know a little bit of the
Yeah.
secrets already?
Hmm.
So like you're learning the trade right now.
Yeah, I grew up around it.
So if we had an electrical problem right here, could you handle it?
Probably
Not
handle
legally,
it.
but
Well, yeah, I could probably handle it.
What from a standpoint of like things you like to do off the field?
Hunting with my teammates, like Cam and Gus. We go hunting all the time. Probably just riding around the yard on our quads and dirt bikes and stuff.
It's your country boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
We all are.
What do you hunt?
geese. I go geese hunting with my brother Jared. Deer hunting.
Bow, gun. What is it?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. Knife. You ever do that?
No, I haven't tried that yet.
See, Coach Foster's over there. That's all he does is knife hunt.
Yeah,
He's a good hunter.
turkey too.
Turkey hunter.
Yeah.
What's your preference in hunting?
I like deer.
You like deer hunting?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get that deer. Obviously, you're making something out of it. What's your favorite delicacy of the deer, of the venison?
Backstrap.
Backstrap.
Mhm.
Like it just sizzled or what?
Yeah. Jerky. I like
Jerky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, deer jerky's awesome.
Yeah.
Deer jerky's awesome. All right. You want to be an electrician. You love hunting. Who are your closest teammates on this team?
Probably Cam and Gus.
Cam and Gus.
Yeah.
Again,
Mhm.
because they're the ones that go hunting with you, right?
Yeah, they're my family.
Okay. Who's the worst hunter of the three of you?
Probably Gus.
Gus is.
He's a big guy. He's hard getting in the stand. You know how it is.
Is he the? I can imagine he ruffles a few leaves
Oh,
in
yeah.
the forest.
Yeah.
Who's the funniest of the three of you?
Probably Cam.
Cam is.
Yeah, he's just funny to make fun of. He just does some weird stuff.
He was on fire last week on this show, man. He
Yeah.
was awesome.
I know.
You've been pretty good too, man.
Thanks.
Been pretty good. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you. Good luck against Lakeview. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you do. Back after this with Xander Mercer.
But now you can see every school, to the smallest school, to the intermediate schools, to the schools in the outlying areas. It gives you coverage that you could just never get to before. It's something that's great to experience, and it's opened up a whole new wave of sports viewership. The possibilities are endless here at YSN. Push the envelope every day. Try something new. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, let's try another angle, and we just keep moving forward. My name is Mike Ackelson, and my sports network is your sports network.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
And it's just a great feeling to put them in a vehicle and get them all excited about a new vehicle.
At the end of the day, our goal is to be someone our customers can count on.
And every day I'll go the extra mile for the community so they can trust us.
To do anything that would convenience the customer or make them feel more at home.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them and that we're not going to go away.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Yoakley live here with YSN from Giangelo's in Boardman on 224. Hey, how about a round of applause for our friends here at Giangelo's for having us each and every week? There it was. All seven of us are here clapping. Xander Mercer joins us, the senior blindside tackle for the South Range Raiders. Xander, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. All right, so we'll start off. The left tackle position on a right-handed throwing quarterback is one of the most in the NFL. It's the highest paid. In the college ranks, it's the most coveted. And in high school, well, you're just the biggest dude and could be the meanest. Talk to me about why you love being left tackle for this team.
I mean, I like the screen opportunities that come out of it. That's my main thing, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
And-
you want a big man tutty? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. I tried asking Coach Al about it, but he doesn't trust me with the ball.
Well, you have the football in the hype video. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you should just point up there and be like, see,
That's
I
all
can
we
do
need
it.
to see.
Are there plays for you in the playbook?
There's some screens that
Little screen?
Yeah.
You think it's going to be called? Can we get it called sometime this season?
I hope so.
You want me to talk to Coach Al for you?
Yeah.
You got it, man. Big man Tutty. I mean, you get it. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna find like Tristan.
Don't find the quarterback. Find your other big guys.
Well, he got me the ball.
Oh, okay. You got to give it back.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
And then I'm gonna try to give the ref the ball because I know that's a big thing, but
That's-
that may be a bit of a struggle with the celebration.
Just see if you can take it with you.
Yeah. Sign it, put it up.
Sign it, put it in your man cave someday. Toughest part about being an offensive lineman in your mind, what is it?
Probably pass blocking.
Pass blocking?
Yeah.
So you love run blocking
Yeah, I do. I like both, but I just feel a lot more pressure when pass blocking.
because they're coming from that edge.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah.
Double teams, obviously, from a standpoint that you're gonna sometimes be trying to figure out who you're blocking. Is it the end or is it the linebacker? Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, cornerbacks, I don't think have any problem for you. I mean,
Nah.
you could probably throw those guys into the stands.
Uh-huh.
So when you're out there, do you ever take moments to just take it all in, being it's your senior year?
Yeah, like normally like before the game and after the game really hits. Like
Yeah.
during the game, I'm just trying to get in my mindset and get out there and do my thing.
It's funny you said before the game. It triggered a question I had, and maybe I'll ask him later. I'll ask you. New thing for South Range. You guys usually come out in like those things, but you come out in pads now. What was the transition there?
I don't know. I kind of like it.
Yeah?
It gets us ready for the game. It's hot, obviously, but
Get that sweat going.
yeah, I think it's for the best, honestly.
I like it. I mean, it's new. I noticed it last week, and I thought,
Yeah.
wow, I don't know that I've ever seen this before.
I think it helps us not going out to like a flat start. Like I feel like we're just in the pads, we're loosened up, we're ready to just go out there and hit somebody.
Get all lathered up under those shoulder pads,
Yeah.
get them nice and disgustingly sweaty for mom to wash them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about, you're a senior. What things are you looking forward to your senior year? Maybe something that you've already checked off your list, some things that you want to check off that list.
I'm just looking forward to having each and every day with my brothers around me.
Oh,
and
that's
just
awesome.
Soaking it all in.
That might be the best answer we've heard all year. What do you guys like doing together? Your name didn't come up with hunting, so
Yeah,
you hunt?
I'm not a big hunting guy like Cam and Gus and them over there.
Well, they didn't say Gus was a good hunter, so don't put him in that conversation.
Probably say I like to eat.
What's the go-to other than Giangelo's? What's the go-to for Xander Mercer?
Probably some Chipotle.
Chipotle. What is it with
Yeah.
you people in Chipotle? That's incredible.
I'd
That's like the
say-
last place I'd be going.
I'd say either Chipotle or just like some Taco Bell. Like I'm a Taco Bell guy.
You are a dangerous man in the huddle. You
Yeah.
have to be with Chipotle and Taco Bell.
I don't have them as much as I used to. Like it's probably like maybe a once a month thing or so. But like
Okay, are you bowl or burrito?
it really varies. But I've been going burrito lately. I've been trying to
Burrito?
get them to have like 3 or 4 tortillas on there.
Oh wow,
I'm
you're
trying to
packing
get
it in.
Yeah.
What about the Taco Bell? It's not as cheap as it used to be. So what
No.
you got to watch what you spend there because you can get
Yeah.
$30 real quick.
I normally just try to go for whatever like the new like little bundle is for like $5.99 or whatever like that.
The price, I like it. You're making sure it's a value shop.
Yeah.
I like it. What do you like from a standpoint of our pop water? Like if you're just chilling, what are you doing?
Going into my junior year, like that off season, my goal is I cut out pop.
All of it.
So for 2 years, I really haven't had any pop. So
That's
I just,
incredible. Good job.
I've been
Congratulations.
a water guy and coffee. Coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah, coffee hits the spot.
All
for
right.
me.
So here's the crazy thing. I mean, when you talk about coffee, you have to ask, I guess, how do you take your coffee? So how do you take your coffee?
Normally I wake up in the morning. I get we have a Keurig machine.
Yep. Oh,
And
so
I
you
get-
just drop it right in.
Yeah, I get a big like cup. I get normally one of the lemonade cups from the fair.
Okay.
I put 1 or 2 of those in.
Yeah.
And I get some ice in it.
So you go, is it black iced coffee?
Yeah, and then I put whatever's around, either some liquid creamer or just some sugar and milk.
So you got, okay, so you got a little bit of creamer, a little bit
Yeah.
of you have sugar in there?
Not if there's a liquid creamer.
Liquid, so that's good enough for you.
Yeah.
I like it, man. So you just get iced coffees. That's
Pretty much,
basically
yeah.
that works, man. That will serve you better in life when you lose all that energy you have right now
Yeah.
as a senior. What do you want to do after this year?
I'm not really sure yet. I want to go to college.
Good.
And whatever opportunities are out there, I'll.
Any
seek
ideas
them
what you
out.
want to study?
I've had a few different ideas, but like I was kind of thinking someone in the banking.
Banking.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty good.
like it.
I feel like I'm good with numbers. That's my.
We're
thing.
gonna need somebody in a few years.
Yeah.
So work hard, dude.
All right.
From a standpoint of, I don't know, what legacy do you want to leave behind when you leave South Range?
I want each and every like underclassman to realize what it takes to be a leader and like how to fill shoes when they're upcoming.
Let's talk about family. What do you got?
I got my uncle. He does a lot for me.
Is he here?
Yeah, he brought me here. He's outside though.
Okay.
But
Shout out to Unc.
yeah, shout out my uncle. And I live with my dad and stepmom, and I have a little sister.
You got a little sister? What's her name?
Ziva.
Ziva. So we got Xander and Ziva.
Yeah, and in the summers a lot. I'd have to watch her, so she'd come to practice with us.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
So she's always around.
So she looks up to you.
Yeah.
And who do you look up to?
I'm probably gonna say my grandpa.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What does he do for you?
He did a lot for me. Like I used to live with him
Yeah.
before he passed away.
Yeah.
He was a trucker, and I was kind of like,
Do you ever let you on the CB?
yeah. I used to go with them like on trips and stuff, and it was a good memory. And I just want to be like him someday.
That's awesome. You said your sister Ziva looks up to you. What does that mean to you? That's got to be awesome.
It means a lot to me. Sometimes she doesn't like to show it. She likes to be a little mean sometimes, but it means a lot being the person she looks up to for help or whatever I can do for her.
What do you want? What's the path that you want to lay out for her that she can just basically ride her bike on?
I just want her to be the best person she possibly can. Life's going to throw tasks and it's going to throw rocks in the way, but I just want her to overcome them and just try to be the best girl she can.
Xander, proud of you, buddy. Way to lead by example. Proud of you. The Blind Side, Xander Mercer, right here on the YSN South Range Raiders show. That's going to do it for our show tonight. Don't forget, come out every Tuesday here to Giangelo's in Boardman. Join us, have some great food, great fun, and let's talk some football. Until next time, good night, everybody. YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.